training partners. Here come your training partners. So smart, so strong, so funny. Let's go with your training partners.
Team, welcome to Training Partners, where two fitness professionals bring you strong takes held loosely. I'm Weezy Shoemaker, joined by Justin McClintock, who's very excited to not have to taste any protein today.
Thank God. I've had so many people send me like pictures of protein stuff in the past few weeks. Someone even sent me one yesterday that had like a funny name, and I sent back my usual like "fuck no," and it turns out you just like were asking for my opinion on it. They weren't even like they weren't intentionally bullying me, so then I had to walk it back and be like, "They might be good. Show me the ingredient label. I don't really know. I'm just sick of protein being protein." Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
How are you besides being bombarded with fake protein or real protein, but not
Save
good?
that. I'm actually pretty well. It's been a busy business week, but I caught back up. I kind of was where I wanted to be, and then a bunch of stuff dropped in my lap, and then I felt impossibly behind. And as of noontime on Friday, I was all caught up again. And it just,
Sick.
in that way, it always works. Like,
Yeah.
work expands to fill the time provided, and when you're under the gun, magically you can focus up and it all gets done.
Right.
I am a little embarrassed, and I sent my coach a note because Monday and Tuesday here were lower than 15 degrees for sure. Single digits some of the time. And starting on Wednesday, it was, 30 degrees and up. Not
Yeah.
warm, but nicer. And
Yeah.
I blew off all of my workouts until it was at least 30 degrees. So now I have to kind of cram everything in. There's space, but I have to get it all done in the next like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
But I stand by it because it was going to be really miserable.
It was going to be terrible. It was going to be enough of a detractor that it made sense to say, not today. Not today. I love it.
Do you want to talk about your latest adventure?
My latest, I would love to talk about our latest adventure. So, this morning, I'm already running a little bit late because today, Walter, who may or may not pop in, he is physically here in the building. He was getting an award at school today, and
cool.
he is very cool, very cool. He's very shy. And when he found out that he was being awarded, he burst into like sobs, like full body heaving, don't want to do this. Tell them to take it back. Tell them to give it to somebody else. I can't go to school that day. Like,
because he's going to get like called on stage and recognized.
Right.
And,
That's right. Yeah. And it's not like an intelligence award. It's like a good friend, good member of the class award.
Adorable.
And so that was today. And so I got out the door a little late because he was a little stressed out about like what to wear and a little on edge, a little huggier than normal. So I got out the door a little later than I would have liked to for my one client that I didn't punt on the day.
Right.
And I jump in my car and I go to start it, and the check engine light comes on and it won't engage. And so it's a plug-in hybrid, and it was giving me the message that like you don't have enough charge to start the car. And I was like, just use the fucking gas. Like, what do you have?
Isn't that the whole thing?
The whole thing, right? And so then I get out of the car. I'm aware that like, cool, my 8 minutes of cushion is now 7 minutes of cushion. Fuck. I I literally plug it back in, walk away, and then unplug it and try again. And it gives me a different message, but still like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And so I basically then at that point was like, okay, Ted has to have a car because he is going to be taking Jack to school. If I take Jack to school, I am definitely late.
Yeah.
So I just honestly tried until the car turned on.
Okay.
Which did happen. But
sure.
then on my entire commute. One, the check engine light is on, and two, it was not using any of the completely full, like, battery charge,
Oh, okay.
right?
Got it.
So it went straight to gas,
Yeah.
and clearly none of the, like, electric components are
Yeah.
working. The thing that's really annoying is that this happened 3 months ago, and we spent $2,500 to rework the system
Oh my god.
on my $35,000, like, 2023 plug-in hybrid
Yeah.
luxury Volvo. Like, get out of here. Fuck off.
Which
Um,
is, like, just out of warranty.
right. It's been so the dealer gives me 6 months.
Sure.
I've had it 10 months now. And Volvo gives you 6 years or 60,000 miles, and wouldn't you know that it has 64.
Mhm.
So, there's nothing that I can do from a, like, lemon perspective, and so my immediate thought goes to, like, we spent all this money on this vehicle to not have this kind of problem, and part of this is on me because a couple of people who I really should have trusted said, plug-in hybrids can be tricky because they have the problems of both. I had to learn that lesson for myself. But the kind of good news is that the current economic climate, because a lot of the incentives on electric vehicles have run out,
Yeah.
and there were a ton of loopholes about 48 to 72 months ago that allowed lots of manufacturers to lease EVs at, like, next to nothing.
Mhm.
There are quite a few relatively lightly used EVs coming on the market.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
because there's no EV credit, um, and because the market is kind of slow anyway, and we haven't seen gas prices go up yet,
Yeah.
um, it's gonna happen, but the
At
market
time of recording, we
at
haven't
time of
seen a massive
recording,
spike.
right? At time of recording, we've merely attacked. There've been no repercussions yet. Um, so it's not the worst time to buy a vehicle, particularly if we're deciding to buy an electric vehicle.
Mhm.
But on the docket for my weekend is doing a ton of research on vehicles and what their pricing is and what their battery life is. And Ted is kind of open to, which he wouldn't have been a year ago, but he's open to the idea of a lease solely because we don't know what's going to be appropriate 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Like, the boys are going to grow. We are in talks to potentially move. We don't know what that situation is going to look like. We know that we want to get him a truck. We don't know when that's going to be. We know that we don't want to do that right now. So, like, while he's generally opposed to the concept of leasing, right now, when we're in a position of, like, yeah, I kind of don't know if in 2 years from now this vehicle is going
Yeah.
to be a good call. If we know what CarMax and Carvana will buy the Volvo for, and we paid for it in cash, so there's not like a car payment we need to close out, that would then put more money on our pocket if we were to lease. So I don't know. We're that I expect to have some developments on that in the future, and sure didn't plan
Yeah.
to be thinking about buying a vehicle this weekend or leasing a vehicle this weekend.
Yeah.
But
This was not the plan as of 7 a.m. today.
no, no, not at all. But, like, I imagine you relate to this a lot of, like, when something goes wrong, I'm not the person to be like, let's wait 6 weeks to see what changes. Like,
Nope.
no, this is a problem. It is a recurring problem. Something can change. Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's take action. Not necessarily hasty, but
Right,
this is not like more time is not going to improve this. So
right,
collect all the information, make all the phone calls, and
right.
fix it.
Right. I mean, I could have in the car right there been like, yup, Carvana, you can have my vehicle. Press a single button. I will sell it to you. We will see you on Sunday. You can drop off this EV when you come here. Like, I could have done
Yeah.
that in the 15 minutes in the car. So I think I'm being very reasonable.
Because you didn't do that.
I could have.
Yes. That I don't know if that would have been necessarily reasonable.
I didn't say it was reasonable. I said
Yeah.
what I'm doing is reasonable.
Yes, yes, yes. I can,
Yes, yes, yes,
I can
yes, yes.
stand by that. I've thought
Yeah,
about we don't have a car and do not want a car,
yeah,
but are open to the idea that we kind of might get backed into needing one or it becoming obvious that we should probably have one
yep.
for the, like, once every 2 weeks when it's a thing,
Mhm.
and I don't think we would go electric. One, because we don't really have the infrastructure built, like, that would be an investment to get, like, the garage
Yeah,
fired up and all that stuff,
right,
and also, like, on the rare occasions we use it for something, it's usually going distance somewhere else,
right.
and if I'm going, 140 miles
Yeah.
somewhere for 4 hours and then coming home, a lot of
You don't wanna
electric
have to
vehicles
charge.
a lot of
Right,
vehicles can't make that round trip, and I
right.
would have to, like and I have enough friends who have gotten frustrated coming back from a vacation where,
Yeah,
like, "It didn't charge ideally on the rented thing," and now they have 3 kids in the car, and they have to pull into a parking lot for 4 hours and charge it,
yeah,
and now it's I got an amazing text once, like, 11:30 PM, just ranting about electric infrastructure and electric vehicles
yeah,
from a good friend who was supposed to be home at 7 PM, and they were still in a
yeah,
parking lot.
right. Um, Previously, before it was a real negative social symbol or statement, we had a Tesla,
Oh, sure.
and we only ran into that problem once, where there was a supercharger, which, like, for all of Elon Musk's fuckery, um, the supercharger network is pretty great. You
Yep.
can get, like, a complete charge in somewhere between 15 and 45 minutes, like, depending on where you are.
Mhm.
There was one station on a trip from Nashville to Ohio that we needed to charge at, and that city had been hit by a pretty tremendous thunderstorm earlier that day, and that station
Oh,
was out, and we were, like, almost fucked. Um, we did manage to figure it out, like, we were able to get to the next charge station up, but we pulled in with, like, 2 miles.
it was like coasting.
Right,
Hope
and
it's
and it
downhill.
right, it was at the point where Ted had, like, engaged, like, Tesla roadside,
Yeah.
and they were like, "There's actually nothing that we can do for you until you're actually, like, out of battery and not moving,
Yep.
so you'll just have to call us back," and we were like, "Fucking sick."
Turn off the air conditioning, turn off the radio, turn off, like,
Right,
how little power can we use?
right, he was like, "Unplug your phone."
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
got it,
Yeah, I need
got it.
those volts.
Yeah. So, shockingly, at the moment, you might find this hard to believe, we could actually buy a Tesla and make a little bit of money on the turnaround
I
because
believe that, yeah.
Teslas are so inexpensive right now, and Ted brought that up, and I said, I'll consider it. I will think about it, and if that is the path I know how you feel about it. I know how I feel about it too. I feel like a fucking clown. Um, if in the very unlikely, um, event that that is what we decide to do, I am going to put so many bumper stickers on it to to
Like, I understand it being a fine business/numbers
right.
decision, but it's as someone who cares deeply about the car they drive and what it
Yeah.
looks like and how it
Yeah.
presents and how it
Yeah.
feels,
Yeah.
I'm I'm willing to publicly bet that you don't get a Tesla.
I don't know. It's like the one of the only other vehicles kind of in the same price class is like a Chevy Volt, which I am absolutely not going to drive.
Oh, okay.
Uh this might surprise you, but I'm a bougie. I like really nice things, and Chevy Volt
Yeah.
does not flip the switch for me. So
Yeah, cars don't do it for me. I don't give a shit about cars as long as it
yeah,
goes somewhere.
well, I give enough shits for both of us. So
Yeah, for sure.
I don't I getting from point A to point B is like the bare minimum. I require a lot of bells and whistles. So
Yeah.
um that is why I'm doing all of the research, because
Yeah.
when I present him with the list of like, here are our options, I'm saying everything that's not on this list, like,
Right.
don't bring it to me as like,
Yes.
have you considered? Like, I have. It's a no.
Mhm. Yep. That's in the discard pile already
Right.
for reasons.
Have you thought about it? I have. I don't
Yep.
like it.
Yes.
Onward.
Onward. What are we talking about today?
So we're having an informal conversation today.
Cool.
As often happens in our worlds, we will encounter an idea in the wild that plants a seed.
Mhm.
And that is what we're talking about today. We are talking about the concept of knowing your niche.
Oh, totally.
And, well, let's just start walking and we'll see where we get.
Yeah.
Right. So before we jump into why we're even doing this today or how you might consider applying it, I want to define what niche is first.
Totally.
So, to be niche or to have a niche means to focus on a specialized, unique, or narrow area that often is appealing to like a smaller or more specific part of the audience rather than mainstream, right? It
Yeah.
thrives in a particular role, market, or interest group where hopefully you're well suited to be positioned in the first place,
Exactly.
right? Why bother having a niche,
A fine question.
right? Big point that has really served me well, and I imagine has served you well as well, is you know what you do and who for, and you're able to succinctly describe that. Your referral network gets easier, meaning the professionals, both laterally and tangentially, that you're able to refer to and from, that you're able to connect people to. You're able to have easier introductions with people that you haven't met, whether it's another professional or somebody who could potentially be a prospect or just like a sound piece for you. And the clarity of knowing what you do and exactly who for breeds a certain amount of confidence, right?
Agreed.
When you know what you do and who you do it for, you speak a little differently. It's less of like, well, I work in fitness and I help people who are just not quite where no, right? You stand a little taller, you speak a little clearer, you have less filler words, you know how to describe what you do and who you do it for,
Exactly.
right? And ambiguity on what do I do and what am I good at and who am I for breeds uncertainty, not just in the professional, but then in anybody that they're speaking to, right? If you can't clearly articulate what you do well and who you do it for, how the fuck am I supposed to believe that I you are a person worth trusting? Like, how do I know that I should use you?
Well, and it lets the person, if you're ambiguous speaking about yourself, it lets the other person fill in the blanks.
That's right.
And that often a disservice to both of you, right?
Hmm.
If I just say, well, I'm a personal trainer, then the person I'm talking to worked with one personal trainer at a
Yeah.
Crunch Fitness 3 years ago, and it was a disaster. That now I'm that person. We are on the
Right.
exact same level. That's
Yes.
what they've defined me as
Right.
because I haven't gone on to define myself.
That's right. That's right. So the pieces that I like to think about when we're thinking about like niche, I mean that there are 100 business courses that you could take on like defining your niche.
Easily.
Base minimum. What do I do? Who do I do it for? How do I do it? And why do I do it? Right? Try to create a sentence or two with no filler words and with no jargon that describes that, right?
Mhm.
And then practice how to describe yourself with that sentence to someone who is both uncertain and skeptical of who you are. Or you could pretend that you're telling my kindergartner.
Yeah. And do it again and again
And
and
again
again
and again
and again.
and again and again. Right. So Why does this matter?
Yeah. And it matters a lot. This
It
gets
matters a lot.
overlooked. I mean, like as you said, every other business course leads with this,
Mm-hmm.
but then it almost immediately gets pushed aside and ignored and never talked about
Mm-hmm.
again.
Right. Yeah. It's like, well, you need to check this box and then move on with your life. Right.
Right.
This matters because I know this is something that you and I both do really well, because I have heard many times in conversation at like mixers that I go to, like, wow, you're able to so eloquently describe what you do. Right. From people who are like, have just kind of stumbled over their words describing what their role is and what they do and why they do it.
Yeah.
Right. And the most, I don't know if we want to call it egregious, but there was a mixer that I was at relatively recently where everybody was a business owner, and we went around the room like explaining who are we, what do we do? And one of the people gave such a vague description of what they do, and it was somebody that could have been in my referral network, like somebody tangentially related to the work that we do here at Sustained.
Mhm.
And so I asked, like, hey, is there anyone specific that you feel most inspired to support? And the answer was like, yep, anybody from like birth to death, we can do it all. And I was immediately like,
I bet you
and
can't.
and and then in the next couple of sentences, it came out that this person was really trying to build their business. And it's like, this is so clear and obvious to me why you feel frustrated at your business or lack thereof, because you can't even describe what you do and who for, right?
Yeah, and
Like,
if you don't know, how is anyone else supposed to know?
right,
And how are they
you
supposed
can,
to believe you? And
right,
how, like,
right.
what do you mean you can help everyone? No, you
What do
can't.
you mean? What do you mean? Right? Like even like coffee houses, right? Like,
Yep.
what do you do here? Oh, we sell coffee. Cool. What kind? Yeah, we specialize in oat milk lattes. That's the
Mhm.
best stuff that we have. Yeah, great. Cool. That's their niche. They have other stuff. That doesn't mean that that's the only thing they do. You don't go there and you only get an oat milk latte, but their niche is oat milk lattes. You can
And
also get,
is it designed to be an experience where you hang out and they make fresh food and they're baking stuff in back and they roast the beans in house? Or is it you and your rush to work? You will be in and out in under 2 minutes. We fucking promise.
yeah.
Two very different places. You both get a cup of
Yeah.
coffee. Yeah.
Right. Right. So, at the risk of sounding like we're preaching particularly to business owners, that's not what we're trying to do. I want people to have better clarity about who they are, what they do, who they do it for, and why they're different,
Yeah. That's
right?
this gets
It
overlooked
doesn't
a lot.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what industry that you're in. Being able to eloquently describe what you do and why it's important and who specifically you serve and why your experience is different from the same thing that's a quarter mile down the road,
Mhm.
like, it will make your life better.
And if you're this helps so much if people are feeling a little bit lost. Like, you
Yeah.
can kind of, like, do a niche exercise on your life and be like, "Well, I don't know. What is it? What do I like to do?"
Right.
Like, given unbound by time and schedule and money, what would I be doing? How would I be doing it? Who would I be doing it for? In
Mhm.
what would the steps look like? What would that be? Oh, you
Mhm.
know what? I actually do a lot of things in my life that way already because that's the kind of person I am.
Mhm.
That can bring other things into clarity
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Right. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the be do have exercise that we did.
Mhm. Totally.
Helping people understand how the behaviors that they're taking maybe are either leading to or not leading to the life that they want to live. This can bring some of that clarity too, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, if this is what I do, this is who I do it for, and this is why I do it. Why am I working with these 15 people over here that every time I see a notification come through, I groan, right? Like,
Totally.
my life and theirs would be better
Yeah.
if that was not true.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
they're sucking my energy, and it's unlikely they're actually getting the best version of me.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah. I think anybody in any kind of a service profession has worked with somebody that they shouldn't have worked with.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
A-
And
And it sucks.
it's awful. And a lot of times this comes with, especially people who are trying to grow their business, especially
Hmm.
people who are relatively new to whatever aspect of business is, they just want clients. And
Yeah.
fucking get it. Like, I
Yeah.
need clients. I can do anything. I'm so smart. I'm a technician. I can roll with the punches. I will tell me what you need me to be, and I will become that because I want to
Hmm.
get this thing off the ground and rolling. And I
Hmm.
feel like I'm under the gun. That won't work.
Yeah.
If you present as a narrow niche, other people will still come to you.
Right.
Like, we both have people on our books who do not fall into our, like, when someone asks me what I do and I tell them, I
Right.
have a biggish size handful of clients that do not fall into that
Right.
definition at all. But
Right.
they've listened to me and they heard me and the values and the way they're like, you know what? I really like the way you work and I like the way you talk about stuff. And
Hmm.
I know I'm not here, but I feel like we
Right.
vibe and you could help me. Is this the guy? Like, I just took on an ultra marathoner.
Yeah.
That's what they do. I am an
Yeah.
ultra marathoner. I said, cool. I need to ask you like 10 questions. Go ahead. And we went through it. I said, yeah, honestly, this makes
Hmm.
perfect sense. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
in.
do it.
Yeah.
Right. What I love that you just brought about is like in the idea of defining your niche, some of that might come down to how you speak to people, how you
Mhm.
show up on social media, the types of questions that you ask, right?
Yeah.
Like that can be part of your niche too. It doesn't have to be this like think of everybody's Instagram bio,
I
right?
was
It
just
doesn't
gonna say that. It's not
that's
the Instagram
that's
bio, bro.
that's not your niche, right?
No.
Your niche and your brand and your core values kind of all go hand in hand, and they should be coherent. And if
Yeah.
they're not, and somebody viewing like the way that you show up on stories versus the way that your feed looks versus the way that you engage in person, it's going to feel confusing and incoherent, and they're likely to kind of get the ick from that, right? Like,
Yeah, or it to be really ineffective, right?
yeah.
If someone needs a disciplinarian who's gonna scream and bully them and
Mhm.
text them at midnight that they're a piece of shit because they didn't meet their step goals,
You should
and
work with us.
it turned into a longer session because I didn't feel like they were trying hard enough, like, I'm not that guy. Like, it's not gonna work. You're
Yeah.
gonna be really unhappy, and
Yeah.
and I won't do it. So if that's what you need, like, your communication style is part of your niche. If that's
Right.
the thing you need, we should definitely find somebody else for you
Right.
because I'm just gonna keep making cute jokes.
So I mean, this is a short episode, but I thought it was important because it had come up enough times
Mhm.
in my like just existing in Columbus
Yeah.
that I wanted to make sure that anybody who is a listener feels like they can articulate what they do and who for, even if you are not in a coaching or a service profession.
Do you wanna do, like do you wanna do your do you have, like, a one-liner? Like, so I do a lot of
Mm.
times someone says, "So, like, tell me about your business." I have a one-liner, and then if
Yeah.
they usually they say, "Well, what does that mean?" And I have, like,
Hmm.
2 or 3 lines after that.
Yeah.
Do you not
Why
to put
don't
us
you?
both on the spot, but, like, people are asking, like, people are listening.
Yeah, let's do it. I would like you to go first.
I help people get strong without getting hurt.
Ours are almost identical.
I didn't know that.
I help busy adults build strength and diminish pain,
Boom.
or get out of pain. If I'm talking to somebody who I don't think has read the dictionary like I have,
Yes,
get out
totally.
of pain.
And then that either opens the door to a bigger conversation. "Oh,
Right.
well, how do you do that?" "Oh, I create hyper individualized custom programs for people from the ground up,
Yeah.
especially people who've had big setbacks, physical therapy, injuries, or trying to find their way back to fitness."
Yeah. My next step would be I help people get from doing what they need to do to what they want to do,
Yeah,
so that they can say yes to whatever reasonably they would like to be able to be blah, blah, be doing.
yeah, exactly. And notice, dear listener, neither of us said, well, I help moms in their 30s still drink the wine and eat the like, shut the fuck up. I don't believe you and I hate you. Like, none of that's true.
Do
First
you
of
do
all.
you do you
And
know
I
what
don't believe.
grinds my gears?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
So there is this particular breed of mommy fitness influencer, which is not anybody who would be listening to this. So if that's you and
Well,
you're wondering, are they talking about me? Probably not. Right?
probably not.
Probably not. There is a breed of mommy fitness influencer who is visibly stacked, like absolutely shredded, and shows up on social doing like unweighted B stance glute bridges and
Oh, this
presses with
shit.
fives and like a bunch of just like
Yeah.
nonsense movements. Like I'm gonna do a jumping jack and then a snatch and then I'm gonna like go on to all fours and do some shoulder taps and like
Yeah. They have
just
a
like
15-minute sequence on YouTube, and that's all you need to do every day. That'll do it 3 times a week.
and they will show up like, mama, if I can do it, you can too. And I, as a fitness professional, will see that and be like, yeah, and then her real workout is 5x5 squats as heavy as she could go while she
Yeah.
has childcare. Fuck off. I get
And
so
yeah, she's
annoyed
doing 90
when I
minutes of
see
weights
those.
and then 45 minutes of cardio, and someone else is preparing her meals, and she has some kind of a stack of some kind of things that she's on, etc., 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 and is selling you a 15-minute no weight required routine.
Hate it.
And it's a
Hate it.
lie. It's a
It
lie.
grinds my gears
Yeah,
when that comes across like my advertising page. I will go so far as to flag those as spam.
totally. Absolutely.
I get so mad. Like
Absolute
this,
garbage.
like I've done it this way and you can too. That's not your workout. I can tell from your muscle tone. That's not your workout. That's not
Yeah.
like, or maybe if that's the work that you're doing right now, I may be willing to believe that if you had a tremendous hedge of fitness going into having children. Oh, we have a child.
I, I've actually watched, I watched like the little head come in and then he came
Hi.
through. It's like, wow, here he
Hi.
comes.
Here he comes. I did promise he could have some snacks
Oh, that's totally fair.
because
Snack time is,
he sees that we have snacks. So,
uh,
hey Walter, can you go sit on that couch right there until I'm ready to share snacks with you? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Do you want to wave? No. Okay, you don't have to. Do you smell kind of like farts?
I mean, fair, fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, as with everything, if you read some Instagram influencer fitness person's bio or offer
Mhm.
and think, wow, that that sounds impossible. I didn't know you could do it. Yeah, it's probably a
You
lie.
can't. It's
It's
probably
probably
a
not
lie.
true.
It's probably
Yeah,
not true.
they're
You cannot snatch your waist with 5 pound weights in 15 minutes 3 times a week. You can't do it.
no. And I find this happens more with women, but certainly men
Mhm.
and women. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's the implied result, and I find that
Yeah.
annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like an incredibly in shape woman or a completely fucking jacked dude is selling a fitness program, but they're
Yeah.
standing there without a lot of clothes on, flexing and sweating and oiled up, selling you a
Uh-huh.
program. And the strong implication is if you would like something like this for you,
Just do
you should
this.
do this program. And there's a wild disconnect from what the program could actually accomplish, done
Right.
perfectly. What could it possibly accomplish? And it's not the person I'm looking at.
Right. Yeah.
Hate it.
Hate it. Hate it. Their niche is predator.
It is. It's taking advantage of vulnerable people, and that is one of the things that infuriates me more than almost anything. I get
Yeah.
in little internet fights, especially with like the peptides people and all of that stuff all the time. It's like, well, oh, you should just do BPC 157. It's like, stop telling people to take things that hasn't been tested on humans.
Mhm.
Stop it. It's not,
Mhm.
you shouldn't do that. It makes you a bad person for doing
Right.
that. Well, I do it I feel like this. I believe you.
I believe
Stop
you.
telling other people to take it. Like, I'm not interested in your anecdote. Like, I believe you feel better. I bet,
Right.
like with everything else, there's lots of other stuff that went into it. This
Right.
thing may or may not have helped. It may or may not have side effects. It may or may not be the thing you think you were shooting into your body because it's also untested, unregulated. So for
Yep.
all we know, you're shooting who knows what and feeling
Right.
awesome.
Right.
I don't really care. Stop
Don't care.
telling other people to do it and stop
Don't care.
profiting off of it.
Should we do a segment?
Yes.
Hang on, let me grab the beverages out of the fridge because
Okay.
I knew what we were having and I wanted it to be better. So I've withheld something from you.
Really?
There's a third flavor.
Okay.
And I didn't send it to you because I tried one in advance and I liked it so much and I knew you wouldn't. So I didn't send you that one.
So let's save the thing that you didn't share with me for last
Great.
as a reveal.
Great.
How would you feel about going in the same order I went in?
Sick. Love it.
Is this? Yeah, I think this is the same. Oh, it's what I wrote down. So I guess we'll see. I wrote down number 1 as Pop-Tarts.
I think I went out of order.
Okay.
But that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't start with Pop-Tarts, but let's just do it in this order. It doesn't really matter. Yeah.
This will be fine. Legendary Foods blueberry flavored protein pastry.
Mm-hmm. I remember
Here we
this one
go.
clearly. And I'm going to ask you, if you have my scores open, you should close them so we don't influence you.
Small.
Oh, Weezy's making a face.
This looks awful.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This looks like if somebody said, "Hey, make a Pop-Tart, but make it look more like a soiled diaper."
That it's such a bummer. Eat up. Mm-hmm. We're feeling feelings.
I don't like it.
No?
I don't like it. Do you want to try it, Walter? Super into it.
Remember, we are ranking flavor, texture, and macros.
Okay.
Out of 10 each.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh God, that aftertaste.
I just watched the aftertaste
awful.
hit you.
Ew. I'm gonna give that
Flavor.
see, that's tough because the initial flavor I'd put it like a 4, but then the aftertaste is like a 0. So, or like if I could give it negatives, I would do it. Let's give it a 1 for flavor.
1. Okay.
You like it? You can set it down.
How about texture?
1. It's too chewy. It's like you would expect a Pop-Tart to be like crunchy. It has that kind of proteiny, like ick to it.
Total bullshit. Now, what about macros? Take a look.
Let's look. So, in one pastry, we have 180 calories. We have 9 grams of fat. We have 20 grams of protein. We have 22 carbs. We have 9 grams of fiber. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm going to give that a 5 for macros.
5 out of 10. So that's a 23%. 23.3. 23 repeating. Yeah. So you came out at 23%. Interestingly, a slightly different spread. I also came in at 23%. I was a little worse on macros, and I actually was a tiny bit higher on flavor and texture than you.
Hate it. Hate it.
Let's switch to the protein soda peach flavor.
Peach
flavor, peach protein soda.
Fuzzy peach rings.
That's right, peach rings.
Here we go.
You wanna let the people see for all those watching at home?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Joy Burst protein soda. I quite like that.
You quite like it. Okay.
I quite like that. I would drink that for fun.
Like on purpose.
Yeah.
So what's the flavor?
It's definitely peach. I wouldn't call it fuzzy peach rings because it is liquid and has no texture. That seems wrong.
Yeah.
But peach for sure. And it has, like, it's definitely a different carbonation than, like, a Coke or Sprite.
Totally. Yep, I
Like,
remember that.
the bubbles feel smaller, but it's very similar if you're used to something in a tall, skinny can, right? Like
Mhm.
a Red Bull or, a Celsius. It has a similar, like, small bubble carbonation factor like that.
Sure.
No weird aftertaste that I'm picking up on. True to peach. I'm gonna give that for flavor an 8.
8 for flavor.
8 for flavor.
Now, understanding it's
Um,
liquid, I think if I recall, I think my texture was on the carbonation. I think I talked about that.
mm,
I did not go back and re-listen,
mhm.
but I'm having, like, some real sense memories
Yep.
watching you do this.
Mhm. The texture, it is a finer bubble. Um, I like it. I'm gonna give that an 8 as well.
8 out of 10. And what about macros?
I mean, it has 20 calories, 1 carb, 4 grams of protein. Like, that's like somebody, like, whispers protein
Yeah.
in an empty room. Macros, but it's also, like, not a ton of sugar, a little bit of protein, maybe a 5?
You're so nice.
I am nice.
That brings us in
It
at a
in
full
this
70%.
context, 70%. I do like it. Whey protein isolate, collagen peptide, citric acid, potassium sorbate, sucralose. Big fan. Would drink again.
Let's move to I'm actually gonna switch this order slightly on my list just to,
Great.
break things up ever so slightly. Let's go
Mhm.
to the popcorn
Oh, yes, cloud.
cloud,
Cloud.
which I will tell you,
Cloud.
my darling wife, the big fan of these, and I after our
Oh.
taste test, I brought all the stuff up with the
Mhm.
intention of throwing it all in the garbage
Of
and
course.
said, "Do you wanna try any snacks?" And she said, "Of course." And she tried
Yes.
a little bit of everything, and the popcorn and one other thing, which I'll mention when it comes around, I was
Mhm.
informed we were keeping because they were delicious snacks.
Wow, look at that. You've been influenced.
Mhm.
Cloud. Cloud.
With a KH.
Khloe Kardashian's
Khloe
snack.
Kardashian's cloud. Mhm. Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. It's supposed to be white cheddar. I don't know about that. It's
I
not bad
understand.
though. Hmm. I wonder if at the bottom of the bag there's, like, a whole bunch of cheese dust.
There could be, but I mean, that would also potentially be a failure in the product if
Right. Hmm. Flavor. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not as strong as I'd expect it to be.
yeah.
I'll give that I'll give that a 6. Can have a D plus.
Mhm.
Texture, can I give half points?
Sure.
How about a 4.5?
4.5.
'Cause
Okay.
it's not quite as crunchy as I'd want it to be, but I wonder if that's, like, did it sit on the shelf for a while? Is there a hole in the bag? Like,
I
hopefully
mean,
not.
mine I said almost the same thing. Mine was,
Oh.
like, kind of chewy, and I wondered a lot. I think I wondered a lot if it was
Oh.
stale.
It's also Best By 2/16 of 26. So, like,
That was
we're
almost a month ago.
we're past that.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's why it's not
Fair
as
enough.
good as it could be.
They said
And
we should
then
be having it now.
right. Macros, 7 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat. A serving size is 2.5 cups, so similar. I mean, the bag is nearly full. 4 servings in a bag. Oh boy, those bubbles. Those small bubbles, man.
The little
Um,
ones get you.
11 grams of carbs. It's really more a fat than anything else. However, like, butter popcorn is too.
Yep.
And so I guess if I'm comparing the macros to, like, a bag of white cheddar popcorn that is not protein enriched, I'm gonna give this, like, an 8 or a 9. Like,
8 or
I
9.
I don't want to, let's give it 8.5. I don't want to compare it to like a protein shake because then it gets pedantic. Like, why would you have this popcorn that only has 7 grams of protein when you could have this protein shake that has 30? Like, because I don't fucking want a protein shake. I want some popcorn. Like, suitable replacement. You might be a little disappointed with the texture.
Well, I just called up because I was thinking about it, and it's what I think I mentioned when I did the taste test, what I wanted it to be, and that was Smart Food. Do you know Smart Food,
Yeah.
first of all?
I don't like the texture of Smart Food because it
Sure.
feels more like a cheese puff to me, and I don't enjoy that.
The macros of Smart Food, so Smart Food white cheddar popcorn, which I
Mhm.
understand the texture, I think the flavor is amazing on Smart Food
Sure.
white.
Sure.
10 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, 3 grams of protein.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we'll give it an 8.5. This is better then. Look out, Smart Food cloud coming through.
I don't think Smart Food has anything to worry about. So you said an 8.5 for macros?
Yeah.
Nice. It's still no.
Steep. Steep.
Yeah, you are a bigger fan. I mean, no one's that surprised.
We
Sixty-three
knew
percent.
that already.
Yeah.
We knew that already.
Um, I wrote them down as Reese's Pieces, but they're not Reese's Pieces, but they're
Mhm.
Reese's Pieces.
West peanut butter.
This was the other thing my wife insisted that we keep in the house
Mhm.
and not get rid of because they were
Here we go.
delicious.
It just says Quest peanut butter coated candies.
Yep.
Let's see.
Some good package rustling noises. I like it.
Mhm. Mhm. ASMR.
Good Foley work.
Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Wow. I mean, we know that I'm not the biggest chocolate fan. Like, I
Yes,
wouldn't reach for this generally.
but it's mostly a peanut butter snack or peanut buttery snack.
Well, I also don't really like peanut butter.
Oh,
Um, but I can't remember the last time I had an actual Reese's Pieces, but if you put a real one and this in front of me, I don't think I could delineate.
fair. So what are we thinking on flavor?
Hmm. I think it should be a 10. I do.
10.
Not because of my like preference on what it is, but if the goal is to replicate and to have a protein replacement of something that you love and would like to eat,
I think that's fair. Is
I
it
think
doing what
this
it's
is
trying to do? If it's trying to replace a Reese's Pieces and you
yeah,
think it's 100% successful,
I do.
then
I do.
what are you thinking on texture?
Mm. I have to have another. It's got a good crunch. It's got a good chew. No weird aftertaste. It doesn't become sludge. Hmm. I do think it could be a little crunchier on the outside.
Mhm.
So let's give that a 7.
And how are we feeling about macros?
The macros label's a little messed up. 170 cals, also in a whole bag. So
Mhm.
you don't have to like count out 5, which is excellent. 170 calories, 12 grams of fat, 25 grams of carbs, 10 grams of protein. So yeah, there's protein added. That's not the main thing. It also is mainly a fat. I'm curious.
Are you looking at Reese's Pieces?
I am. I am. Okay. Serving size, comparable for Reese's Pieces for 43 grams of Reese's Pieces. You have 210 calories, 9 grams of fat, 28 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein. In 49 grams, so a larger serving size, you have less calories, a little more fat, 3 more grams of fat, 3 less grams of carbs, 5 more grams of protein.
So a little different, but not
A little different.
like,
A little
is it
different.
worth doing one over the other? Or are they both so good that if you wouldn't notice I mean, I guess that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
If you wouldn't notice the
if you wouldn't
difference,
notice the
if
difference,
you don't
I
feel like it's a
truly
compromise, then yeah, take
no.
the extra 5 grams of protein. But if
Mhm.
for me, I'm not putting words in your
Mhm.
mouth or trying to sway your judgment.
Mhm.
Like that difference is so subtle. A couple more grams of
Sure.
weight, 5 more grams of protein. If I would get more joy out of the Reese's Pieces by any
Yeah.
significant amount, that would move the bubble for me.
Totally. Totally. I do think if these were in unlabeled like bowls at
Mhm.
a Halloween potluck, you wouldn't notice. So
So what are the
for
macros get
that
then?
reason, I'm going to give it a 7 cuz I do think it is slightly better in some ways and slightly worse in some ways because often the macro that people blow past anyway is fats
Big
and
time.
it has more fats.
Yeah.
So,
And
mm,
I think something you said puts all of this in a good context and is sort of we're not done like reviewing stuff, but kind of at the root of this question is
mhm,
are people coming to this as a protein source and saying,
mhm,
"Oh, well, I know I need protein. This looks like a delicious way to do
right.
it."
No,
Or
no.
is it, "Well, I'm gonna have a sweet indulgent snack anyways. This is
Mhm,
maybe this choice aligns a little more with everything else I'm supposed to do,
right,
or maybe it doesn't." And
right,
that's a
right.
little where the rubber meets the road for me on a lot of this stuff.
Well, and will I feel deprived if I choose this over the other
Yeah.
and then end up reaching for the other
Anyways.
later anyway, right? Like then in that instance, just have a bowl of popcorn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just do it. If you're gonna have the fake snack and then be bummed out and then have a beer and then have the regular snack anyways, like, "Hold on, time out."
Hold
We
on.
can
Hang on.
there might be a shortcut.
Hang on. What's
Let
next?
Gummy bear sparkle flavor soda.
Great. Gummy bear sparkles. Here we go. I already know that the texture is going to be high. I don't like that at all. The texture's
No.
fine, but what 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 is that flavor?
Well, this is part of the problem I had, I remember, because when a
What
thing says,
is
like,
it?
peach ring flavor, you're like, "That's kinda peachy. This is totally peach ring flavor." But there is no such thing as gummy bear sparkle flavor. So you're adrift and and it's just fucking nothing.
It's like grape, mango, dragon fruit, like non-specific.
I bet you're close.
This is bullshit. I have to give that a 2 in flavor.
Whew.
I don't like that at all.
Take that, gummy bear sparkles.
Take that, gummy bear sparkles.
You thought you were going to feel positively about the texture.
I do feel positively about the texture. I think I gave peach rings an 8.
Mhm.
I would give this an 8 as well. The texture's the same. Tiny bubbles, enjoyable.
Fair. Are are the macros the same? Are we coming down the
The
same place on
macros
macros?
are the same. Let's give all 3 of the beverages the same texture and macro score because it is exactly the same.
Sweet. Um, so significantly worse score than the peach ring soda, entirely based on flavor.
Do not like. Yeah, not a fan.
Moving on to the Quest chips.
I'm dreading this. I've been dreading this.
This was a high point for me.
I know this is gonna be my low point. I have strong feelings.
Will you show the camera?
I will. Here we have Quest sour cream and onion protein chip.
Is this because you don't feel positively about sour cream and onion flavor? I'm taking that as a very
I
clear visual
I
answer.
I'm dreading the texture of this.
The
Really, like
texture.
truly the chewiness and the aftertaste and here we go.
Here we go. Don't spit it out on camera. That's all I'm gonna you can do whatever you want, but please don't spit it out on camera.
I'm unhappy.
I can tell.
I
You look
feel like
unhappy.
I feel like I'm trying to eat a shoelace. I
I
don't
was also
want
not a fan of the texture.
I can't have another one. I can't
You
do
don't
it.
have to. That's fine.
I can't do it.
You feel qualified to report on flavor?
Oh my god. The flavor's fine. The flavor, give it like it is a sour cream and onion flavor. Give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Texture is a 0. That's
0.
horrific. The only redeeming piece is that it has a decent crisp initially, and then it just quickly turns into I'm chewing sand.
Yep.
I am eating a piece of leather that has been chewed by an elephant for the last 6 hours. Awful. It's terrible. Do not recommend.
How do you feel about the macros?
They're unfortunately excellent. Serving size is a bag, 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, 19 grams of protein. That's why they taste so bad. It's a carb that doesn't have any fucking carbs.
Yeah. Like it's supposed to be all potato. What the hell did you do? Because it's not all potato.
The top ingredient is protein blend.
Yeah.
It that makes sense because it tastes like what would happen if we just made like protein solid? What would happen if we made this protein powder crispy?
It's like a pressed protein with
Awful.
some other flavoring
Oh my
on the
God.
outside.
If you like the texture of those, I don't trust you with anything.
Well, you're not allowed to cook for me, that's for sure.
So no,
What's
certainly not.
What's your macro score?
I'm gonna devastatingly give it an 8.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it, but fair's fair.
It is fair. What does that bring you to? Let me do that math. 48%?
Hate it. Hate it.
That's low for you, high for me. Should we compare and contrast what we both did before we have the big reveal of whatever you kept from me because you wanted it for yourself?
Yes.
Which is actually what happened.
So,
Pop-Tarts, we had the same percentage, both 23%, slightly split.
Awful. Bad.
Protein soda, I was at 30%. You were at 70%.
Wow.
I did not care for the texture and was unimpressed by the flavor. Popcorn, I came in at 36%. You came in at 63%. So better, but not wildly better. You liked the flavor a little bit more, but we actually weren't that. And you were more impressed by the macros. I was kind of whatever on it. The Reese's Pieces was a high point for me at 56% and a high point for you at 80%. So relative, it was kind of both our favorites.
Yeah, the winner.
Gummy Bear Sparkles, you were 50%. I was 33%. I actually liked the flavor more than you, but I did not care for the texture of those sodas. I didn't like the carbonation the way you did, and that was a big dropping point. And then the Quest chips was, I think, the only thing I beat you on. I was 56% because I liked the flavor. I like sour cream and onion. And I was harsh on the texture, but not quite as harsh as you. I did a 2 out of 10 when you did a 0. So 56% for me, 48% for you.
Bad.
The only one that got a better score from me than it did for you. Now the big reveal. What did you want all for yourself?
Cotton candy flavored protein soda.
Cotton candy protein soda. You are welcome to it. Let's see.
I know. That's why I didn't send it to you, because I knew you'd be like, this is fucking terrible. Throw it away. And I'm like, I would like.
You're like, I wish I had
it. Delightful. I love it. I could drink 7 of these. Yeah.
Good Lord. Okay.
I mean, it's not like, think about the flavor of like a cotton candy popsicle.
I mean, I can just think of the flavor of cotton candy. I don't know that I've ever had a cotton candy popsicle.
Well, then you haven't lived, Justin. Okay. We really like in our house Johnny Pops in the summer. And our favorite flavor, at least mine and Walter's, is cotton candy flavored.
Oh, I don't know Johnny Pops.
It's like it's a popsicle that like it's a brand of popsicle.
Sure.
They sell them at Costco. They make a bunch of different flavors. They're good. They're small. The macros are relatively decent. And we like them. Walt has actually been asking basically every day after dinner, like, did you guys buy any popsicles yet? And we're like, no, buddy, not until the weather's nice. And so then this morning, when the weather was a little nicer and we said he could wear shorts, he was like, so we're going to get popsicles today, right? Yeah, popsicles today.
That's what that means.
Because the weather is nicer, right, Mommy?
I remember.
I remember.
Oh,
Showing out.
what was your flavor score for the cotton candy?
Oh, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Truly remarkable.
Still coming in strong at 76%
Like I would pay for more of these.
because it's that delicious.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a
I
fine
like it.
reason to do it.
I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Not because it has protein, but because I like it.
Yeah. And that's also like a perfect reason to do it, right?
Mhm.
And another thing where I get like the people can stop sending me pictures of protein stuff, please. Like
Keep sending
often
him pictures of protein. Do it.
often the thing that I get worked up about isn't that. If it is, oh, this is fine and I think it's really delicious and this is the thing I want.
Yeah.
So often it's, oh, well, I'm making a big compromise in
Mhm.
flavor and texture and all these other things because I'm trying to prioritize protein and this is labeled as a protein thing. And actually, it doesn't have that much protein and the macros aren't that great. And it's often mostly
Right.
a fat delivery source and it doesn't taste very good or feel very good in your mouth. What are we
Right.
doing?
Just
Like,
just eat the food that you actually enjoy, right? Like
yeah, have the
I
popsicle and eat a ribeye. It's fine.
I would have this one.
Right.
Uh for those only listening, I am gesturing, of course, to the cotton candy protein soda, Joy Burst brand,
Yeah.
available at Costco. Um, that is probably the only one I would intentionally reach for again, because if I'm gonna have a treat, I'm gonna have ice cream or gummies,
Yeah.
not Reese's Pieces,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
If I were going to reach for Reese's Pieces, I think this is a perfectly suitable replacement for it. I don't think you'll notice much of a difference. If I wanted a sour cream and onion chip and somebody gave me this abomination, I would leave and block them from my life. Get out of here. This is offensive. You secretly hate me and want me to be unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like, just eat the potato chips.
Right.
Everything will be better. And these categories are perfectly reasonable ones if you're deciding, should I get this snack? Should I get this substitute snack? Is this a thing? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. How's the flavor? How's the texture? How's the macros?
Yeah.
Like, does it taste good? Does it feel good in your mouth? Is this actually something you want
Mhm.
fueling your body to whatever degree?
Mhm.
And if the gulf is wide enough between the
Mhm.
thing you actually want and this, don't get sucked into the side of massive
Right.
compromise and sadness.
Right. I think also it's really interesting because marketers gone market, and
Always. Yeah.
there might be things that they have made absolutely no change to, but they've realized, oh, if we put protein on the cover, more people are going to buy this.
Yeah.
And so it can be really, really interesting to compare the labels and be like, oh, yeah, why the fuck would I do that one? Like, it's exactly the same and double the price.
Yeah. This has gone on
Oh.
forever. In the late 80s, early 90s, there was a stretch of light things, often LITE,
Mhm.
and it was just a marketing word. It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Sometimes they had fewer calories, often they didn't. They just called it light. Organic, completely meaningless term. People put the words organic on all kinds of stuff. Same thing, all natural, meaningless term.
Right.
People put that
Mhm.
on everything. Gluten-free gets used a lot. Not incorrectly. Gluten-free does mean something, but you'll
Mhm.
see like gluten-free apples. You're like, wait, hold on. That's not,
Hang on.
they're all gluten-free. That's not a thing. What are you doing? Nope.
Right.
Uh, yeah. Like, but you'll see like, a bag of peanuts, like awesome source of protein. No, it's not.
Mm.
No, it's not, actually. It has protein.
B
It is not a good source of protein.
right. Having the thing does not make it a great source of the thing.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
100%.
this was excellent
Yes.
and terrible.
Yes. Well, it's nice that you get to finish with the thing you like the most
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
wash
finish
down
that.
some of that terribleness. Oh, can we double back on something? I meant to bring this up in our
Yeah.
earlier conversation, and I forgot, 'cause, a internet friend who I was talking to about something reached out and asked something. I'm gonna obfuscate a little bit, but
Mhm.
they had some joints were hurting after some intimate activities, and I gave them some
Oh.
suggestions of, like, how to quickly assess things, some stuff that would be stronger, and without like asking too many questions that were inappropriate. Like, hey, if I'm ever in a stressful position, these are things I think about, and here's compromises I could make. And they said, thank you very much. They tried some, let's call them stretches and stuff, and came back all on their own. And we're like, oh, that helped. That was really great. Hey, have you ever considered like marketing to sex workers? No, but now I'm interested.
I could.
So if you see the Feel Strong After Dark Instagram pop
Oh
up
my
somewhere,
God.
no, you didn't. And let me know if you need any help.
See, it's funny. It's funny, not funny. It's funny and very realistic that like one of the things you might want to improve as a result of getting stronger and out of pain could be your sex life.
Oh, all the time. People, that comes up frequently in consults for me.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't frequently come up in consults because I work mostly with women and they're often not as forthcoming with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have now on several different occasions had people who were dealing with, like, let's say wrist pain or knee pain or hip pain that a couple of months into the journey will be like, hey, can I tell you something super TMI? I was like, do you want me to go first?
This is exactly how it comes up for me too. It doesn't really come up in consults. It comes up when like,
later.
Oh, like your hips are out of pain, your knees feel better. Like, yeah, can I tell you something?
Yeah, can I tell you something? I mean, sure. Right. Yeah. So my favorite one was about a year ago, right before Valentine's Day, which was great. And I got this person's permission to share it with absolutely no identifying details whatsoever, that they shared that they were able to be in a position that stressed their wrists that had not ever been possible before. And they shared that with their partner, who was shocked to hear that they were ever in pain in the first place. And was like, hey, so if this like bonding act that we do causes you pain, I'd like to know that. And also cool.
I think that's exactly the correct response. Like,
right.
I need to know if it hurts or is uncomfortable, and we will change something, assuming that isn't the desired outcome for whatever reason.
Right.
And I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Right. Yeah.
Please don't suffer for this.
Right. Please don't suffer for this. But the most recent question came about of literally like describing different positions and saying like, why does this one not hurt and this one does? And so then we got to have like a super fun like biomechanical discussion related to
I imagine you at the whiteboard. So the thing about reverse cowgirl that often gets overlooked.
Right. Yeah.
But
and
now I have a segment. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh my God. Which requires the most hip flexion? According to Cosmopolitan.
Yes. Where is power actually being generated? Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, gosh. Team, this has been Training Partners. I'm Weezy Shoemaker. That's Justin McClintock. We will see you next time.
Later, team.
Here come your training partners, so smart, so strong, so funny. Let's go with your training partners. We're ready to shine.